Hello everyone. Today I will tell you a story. The story is titled, Tama and the Way He Chose to Stay. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you appreciate me. You can skip this if you don't and oppose. Like this video. Thank you very much. The story begins as follows. Tama was not the kind of dog that caught attention at first glance. He didn't have a majestic coat or bright, dramatic eyes. His fur was soft but slightly uneven. His ears never quite stood up the same way, and his tail wagged with a gentle rhythm rather than wild excitement. If you met him on the street, you might think, oh, he's cute, and then keep walking. But Tama lived in my house, and in my house, he was everything. Every morning, Tama woke up before I did. He didn't bark or jump on the bed. Instead, he quietly padded across the floor and sat beside the door, waiting. Sometimes I pretended to sleep longer just to see how patient he could be. He would sigh softly, lie down, then lift his head again every few minutes, checking if I was awake. When I finally opened my eyes, his tail would move slowly, like he was trying not to make a big deal out of his happiness. Our days were simple. I worked, cooked, cleaned, and scrolled through my phone more than I should have. Tama followed me from room to room like a shadow that breathed and blinked. If I sat on the couch, he sat near my feet. If I moved to the kitchen, he appeared beside the table. He never demanded attention. He just stayed. One afternoon, the door was left open longer than usual. The outside world stretched wide in front of him. Sunlight, distant noises, unfamiliar smells. Tama stepped forward, paused, and looked back at me. For a moment, I wondered if he would run. He didn't. He walked back inside and lay down near my chair. That was the first time I realized something important. Tama wasn't staying because he had nowhere else to go. He was staying because he chose to. People often think dogs stay with humans because of food, shelter, or habit. But living with Tama taught me that dogs make choices just like we do, only quieter and without words. One evening, I was having a bad day. Nothing dramatic happened. It was the kind of tiredness that comes from too many small worries piling up. I sat on the floor, leaning against the couch, staring at nothing. Tama was across the room, chewing his favorite toy. He stopped. Without rushing, he walked over and sat next to me. He didn't lick my face or jump into my lap. He simply leaned his body against mine, warm and solid. His head rested on my knee. We stayed like that for a long time. No noise, no movement, just shared stillness. That night, I thought about all the times Tama could have chosen differently. He could have stayed outside longer. He could have slept alone. He could have ignored my quiet sadness. But again and again, he chose closeness. He chose presence. On weekends, when friends visited, Tama greeted them politely, but always returned to my side. When new places excited him, he explored, but never too far. When storms frightened him, he didn't hide under the bed. He came to where I was, even if I didn't notice right away. Tama didn't understand my words, my plans, or my future, but he understood something deeper. This is where I belong. And slowly, without realizing it, I started changing too. I stayed home more. I walked slower. I listened more, to him and to myself. Tama wasn't just choosing to stay with me. He was teaching me how to stay with the present moment. Tama's way of staying offers a quiet lesson for our modern lives. Today, people move quickly between jobs, cities, relationships, and even emotions. We often leave not because something is wrong, but because staying feels difficult. Tama shows us that staying is not weakness. It is a choice filled with courage and care. He stays when life is boring. He stays when nothing exciting happens. He stays when I am tired, distracted, or imperfect. Through him, I learned that meaningful connections grow not from constant excitement, but from consistent presence. Animals don't measure love by words or promises. They measure it by time, attention, and shared silence. From Tama, we can learn to slow down and notice who or what truly matters. Stay a little longer in conversations. Stay present when someone needs you, even if you don't know what to say. Stay kind to animals, because their loyalty is not automatic. It is earned through trust and respect. Most importantly, Tama reminds us that humans and animals can build a relationship based on mutual choice, not ownership. When we care for animals with patience and empathy, they don't just live with us, they choose us. And in that choice, both lives become gentler, warmer, and more meaningful. Sometimes, the best thing we can do in a restless world is simple. Choose to stay.